Hello guys, this is week 2. This is the end of week 2 that this has been running. Just wanted to show you. It looks like the anemones are getting more and more acclimated. They seem to be getting fuller, a little bit more extension. I have not done any water changes for 2 weeks. I don't think I need to do it for another 2 weeks. Um, I do dose um, the alkalinity alk on this tank. I don't do any calcium since there's no corals that consume calcium. Right now I am checking my nitrates with my standard, I don't know, low professional, low grade nitrate tester. As you can see, it's just yellow, so looks like there's no detectable nitrates. So that's good. And I am testing my phosphate now with my Hannah checker, counting down from 3 minutes, almost done. Waiting for the settling period, I think, before it starts analyzing with that, um, what is that called, photometer in there. Anyways, here's my tank. Right now, the Kessel controller intensity is 60%, and it looks like the rainbow BTA is stretching a little bit right there in the center. It's got a really thin foot there. It hasn't moved since I put him in there last, 2 weeks ago, but it looks like it's stretching to get some additional light, so I may have to increase this to, I don't know, what do you think? 70, 80% intensity? So I think I'll bump that up and see how that goes. Otherwise, the other anemones are doing okay, it looks like. I'm going to start feeding them this weekend. Just a slice of scallops, I think. So I'll go to the grocery store and get that. Alright, let's see what this hand checker says. Okay, so it's a little high. Should be below 0.03. So it's a little high. I don't want any algae to start growing in here. So I am going to probably put in a couple more of those phosphate reducing pads, that green pad I have in the return pump area. Try to get this down to 0.03 or less. In my 5-gallon tank, 3 of these pads cut to size was enough to get this down to 0.03, so I'll go ahead and change the 2 that I have in there and put in, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 maybe pieces in there to get that down. But otherwise, it's doing great. It's all live rock, seasoned rock, so I don't expect any blooms of anything, no diatom, no algae. So far, so good. It's been 2 weeks. Let's see. I had a couple questions. JC asked if he can fit his return pump in this thing, and I made a comment on the previous video saying, yep, it should fit because the opening is, get my notes here, is 3 and 3/4 inch by 2 7/8 inch. So that should be sufficient space. I'll show you what I have in this upgraded tank. This is what I have, the Aquatop 317 gallons per hour pump. And here's the dimensions. Sorry about the color. I have this set to sunny color temperature so that the tank looks reasonably lifelike. Anyways, yeah, so this is the, what did I say, 317. So this pump is 3 1/4 inch by 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And yeah, that fits in there real nicely in there. Okay, and let me see. Let me show you the side view, end view. I noticed that the anemones have shifted a little bit. They haven't moved around too much, but they seem to prefer this side of the tank, which is the opposite side of where the wave maker is. So the wave maker is pushing the water toward this side of the tank, and maybe they prefer that. Maybe they like the flow on this side. Because as I will rotate here on this side, they're not here and they haven't moved to this side, so they seem to prefer the other side, which is fine because, you know, this is where I sit and watch, look at the tank, enjoy the tank. Yeah, right there. So yeah, it's really filling in the tank. All those BTAs are doing really well. I'm hoping that once I start feeding them, the colors will deepen up a little bit. My RBTAs are kind of a rose color, but a little light in color. Their foot is basically all white. I thought they're supposed to have deeper color. See that right there? It's been like that ever since I got them, so they're not sick or stressed by any means. I never feed mine. I've never fed mine, so this feeding routine will be new for them. I'm just going to feed them a little slice every, I don't know, once a week maybe. Alright, so there's my rainbow. Let's see. Oh, this is the wave maker. I think Art had a question about which one this is. This is the Yabo wave maker, and this is the SW2. And this is the setting that I have it on right now. Okay, and this is the Inkbird temperature controller. Alright. And I think JC had asked how do I like the skimmer. Well, it seems to be working well. Like I said, this is my first one. It's hard to tell by the color temperature setting that I have on this camera, but the skimmate is pretty yellow. And this one is producing quite a bit of foam, so that's the way it's supposed to work, as you can see. This is probably about 3 days worth of skimmate, so it's working out pretty well. I like it, and it's keeping the water clear. Surface is clear. Yeah, that's it. Alright, what else can I tell you? Let's see. My fan unit is working well. It's on right now, and if I stop talking, you can listen how quiet it is. I mean, this is right next to it. If I go over here, where I usually sit, it's very quiet. What you're hearing basically is the skimmer. There's a pump down there. Obviously you can't see it, but that makes most of the noise. You don't really hear the fan at all, so which is nice. And it's good enough to keep it to maximum temperature of 25.3, which is around 77 to 78. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will make another video after I start feeding these guys and see how they react. I hope they don't split. I hope they just extend their tentacles a little bit more and maybe deepen their color. But as of right now, they're looking pretty good. Yeah. All right, thank you. Take care.